Sometimes it's gonna hurt. If you're ever gonna get that bad, then you better plan your attack. You're braver than you know it. You're strong.
Back and forth, but the Gentlemates able to clean it up in game 4 to get the win and advance to 2-1. They'll play to make it into playoffs in round 4. Space Station gonna have to play all the way to round 5 if they want to make it into the playoffs.
Man, it's kind of frustrating. You're watching. You want Space Station to do well. It's a young team. You want to see them be able to perform on LAN. And I think the frustrating part is that you see the ingredients. They start to put it together, and then a random mistake happens. Reveal whiffs, or they just miss the shot off the crossbar. It's a bunch of little things that add up to a big flat L for Space Station.
And we sat in the green room, game 1 overtime, like Reveal has a shot. He has a double tap opportunity. The defender misses, and Reveal misses the shot. Counterattack right back, and mates win that game. That's a game, Space Station, when you're rookies, you have to win, right? Because once you make that one mistake, now it's in your head. And we saw Space Station make some uncharacteristic mistakes we don't see online. The LAN nerves are definitely there.
I gotta say though, Gentlemates, this team looks good. Juicy obviously leading the team in goals, but Eugen late in this game, it started to get a little scary. He started making some mistakes, and you got to give the LAN rookie a little bit of credit. Reveal also, you know, his first LAN, but man, I love this team with Eugen on it. This Gentlemates roster is so sick, and I didn't even mention Seiko's name.
He sure didn't mention Seiko's name. I mean, Gentlemates just played a class, and what we're really starting to see is, well, starting to see two things. One, LAN experience versus non-LAN experience really coming out. Because SSG, you saw the potential. I mean, you could beat NRG, Ultimates, Gen G, those type of caliber teams. You could beat the Gentlemates, but you're simply not getting the job done on LAN. And then 2, Europe's starting to do what they do. They're starting to take down every single NA team one by one by one. And we've been doing all this yapping about how North America's looking real strong right now, guys. And we get the international matchups, and they're taking them out one by one.
To be clear, we said on the pre-show when we was like, well, are we going to get an NA top 8 majority? We were like, I don't know. And you two were like, yeah, of course, yeah.
But this happens every LAN.
What I mean?
Well, he's talking about the in your spot.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
It is European depth. It's always been European depth. That's always the question, who is deeper? It's always Europe. It always has been. Come on.
Maybe something will change eventually. What doesn't change, though, Rocket League has the best fans. With the Gen G watch party is active right now. They can check it out. They're somewhere in the world enjoying watching their boys play.
That's really cool that they have this whole setup for, and they're playing games as well there too. So that's really cool to see. It's great to see the orgs out there like supporting their teams and fans coming out. Like they can't be here yet, so they go there instead and have a good time.
Yeah, love that one. Love seeing the teams put together little watch parties for the people, especially the ones who can't make it all the way to the venue to see the teams play in person. We are getting closer and closer to welcoming Rocket League's greatest fans into the building. That'll be happening tomorrow. Here in Swiss Round 3, though, we have finished the 1-1 matchups. Twisted Minds versus Furia. Things continue to get complicated for the boys from South America there. Going all the way to Game 5. Twisted Minds, I believe, won that one 2-0, maybe 3-0, I forget, in Game 5. I remember watching it.
Game 5 was 1-0.
It was 1-0.
Yeah, they scored with 15 seconds left with a double demo.
Yep.
I could have sworn that.
Yeah, Furia, just the offense didn't click by the end of that series. And Twisted Minds, I think a lot of us disrespected them. Top 8 last time. A lot of us moved them out of the top 10 or maybe 10th at best. But Twisted Minds showing up in the 2-1 round now.
They'll get to play in round 4 for the playoffs. We'll see if that one happens. They are done for this round, though. We now have elimination matches on the alternate streams. Wildcard playing Virtus Pro and TSM playing FUT Esports. You can check those ones out at twitch.tv/Rlcs. I'm being told Wildcard and Virtus Pro are already underway, so make sure you have that one pulled up so you can watch it. Meanwhile, over here, we've got the 2-0s, the complete opposite end of the emotional spectrum. You win, you're in. You lose, you got 2 lives still to go. Let's talk about the reigning world champion players taking on the Kings of the North. Royalty on both sides. Let's start with the boys in goal.
We've had 3 matches in a row, Europe versus NA, but the only European 2-0 team is Vitality. So many question marks coming into this LAN. So far, they have answered all of those. They are the reigning world champions, and they bring in Zen. They were supposed to be the best team in the world. They haven't shown that yet, but so far through the Swiss, they're looking better.
Through Swiss, who has particularly impressed me is Exotic. I don't think Exotic had a good online split, but his games yesterday clearly in form, and that's exactly what you want to see from him. You know Monkey Moon is going to bring the heat, and Zen, you saw what Zen was doing yesterday. He's going to be Zen. Exotic has to be that key third piece. He has to perform and produce for Vitality to continue this run.
Listen, NRG going up against Monkey Moon. G2 really going up against Monkey Moon. They don't necessarily have the best record against them when the chips are there, but that's usually when we're in Dickie's Arena, which it might as well be called Monkey Moon Arena. We're not there right now, so if you're an NRG fan, you should have a little bit more confidence in yourself. Jorby's already mentioned them, though. Exotic's been stepping up, but the offense has been running through the man all the way at the end. The arguably best player in the game, I still believe he is. Doesn't matter if he doesn't have the results to back it up, at least within the last year or so. But Zen, he's still dominating, and this offensive structure that they have, where Monkey Moon especially is really trying to make and create ways to get Zen the ball. More Zen touches equals a better Vitality placement. That's what the Bees want to do.
It is not Dickie's Arena. We are not in a Rocket League World Championship Grand Finals, but yet it is NRG. These 3 boys going up against the best from France here. Can NRG find a way to do it here in the Swiss? Do you think that the lack of pressure in this situation benefits NRG more or Vitality more?
I don't think the pressure really affects NRG, whether there is pressure or whether there isn't. This team is consistent. They play their game. They know that they can be, and that they have been, the best team in any match that they play. Beast Mode, he exudes that confidence. Every single time we talk to him on the interview, Daniel coming into his own, you see his personality come out. This whole team just exudes that moxie. And so pressure is not even in their vocabulary. They're not even thinking about that because they know they're one of the best, if not the best. It all starts with Daniel right there.
And neither of these teams care. They've been here so many times before. There's so much experience on both sides. NRG, though, they are known for their defense first. Number 2 defense again in this LAN so far. It really is going to come down to the team defense versus Zen, who's sitting currently as the number 2 goal scorer in this tournament. So if Zen can crack this great defense, NRG could be in trouble, like if they have to play catch up. It really comes down to, again, that Beast Mode Daniel combo as well, like on the offensive side, to score some goals to help out that defense.
We've been talking about how Vitality hasn't quite been what we expected them to be this season, yet NRG has continued to dominate. They did play, though, in Birmingham.
They sure did.
Vitality came out on top 3-1. Did you play? Fun trivia. Charles throwing random trivia at me.
Okay.
How many times have NRG and Vitality played each other in RLCS history?
13.
5 times.
Oh, okay.
Only 5 times.
Wait,
it's actually very, very close. NRG leads 3-2, but they've gone back and forth over a few seasons. I think Vitality came into the scene season 6 or 7. I think it was 7.
6.
They were in there 6.
Pashy was in season 6 renewed, but
They picked up Scrub in season 6, I believe, and then
Shaw
didn't make it
Set,
to the
but that was
championship.
Vitality.
In season 7, they came
Season
back with
7
Fairy
they won.
Peak and K-Dop. And
So they're in there in season 6 though.
yeah, I believe you're right. It was-
I was thinking of PSG.
Oh, look at this. All-time games played. Atomic at 316, tied with Rise. Only 1. So whoever makes it further here is probably going to make it. But Fatira's right there at 308, and we know Fatira loves to make it to a grand final. It really just shows how great those two, in particular, Atomic and Monkey Moon. Also shows how great Monkey Moon is, and the fact that he hasn't played as many games as everybody, but he's got the most world championships.
Love that win percentage.
So his win percentage is looking pretty good. It's either that or if he doesn't feel like he can win, he completely skips out on the land. He doesn't.
Fun fact over on the B stream, make sure you got twitch.tv/RL Esports pulled up. Virtus Pro pulling up game 1 against Wildcard.
And
beat
really
them last
quick,
time.
Wildcard, if they win that, very likely they will be in the World Championship main event. If they lose, they possibly could have to play in the play-in, which is a big difference of money as well, like if they lose in that play-in.
Okay, huge implications for the OCE region happening over on the B stream right now. Make sure you've got it pulled up. Let us know who you think is going to win in the progressive fan vote. We'll let you know who we think is going to win up here on the desk. Jorby, who's your pick?
Give me NRG. I don't care what they did against Vitality last time in Swiss. I don't care. It's a new tournament, new land, and I'm never picking against
You've
Beast
given
Mode,
nobody
man.
confidence.
I'm never picking against Beast
You
Mode.
couldn't get your words out. You always can get your words
Bro,
out.
you've been tripping all over your words today. Don't be sitting here talking to me.
I tried to turn a new leaf. I tried to be nice at the beginning of today, and I was like, I'll split EU and NA. I'll pick one EU, one NA. But I'm EU biased. We already know this,
course,
and
you always
EU
have
has swept so far today versus North
They
America. They're going to continue the sweep. I'm going for 3 in a row. I'm going Vitality getting the upset win over NRG.
Okay.
Well, listen, you mentioned the NRG versus Vitality and how Vitality beat them in Birmingham. They actually played each other in the 2-0, so I guess round 3 in Birmingham, and Vitality took them. I think that it's going to be a different story this time around. Give me NRG. I like them. They're going to score a couple more goals.
Both of you were like, here's the evidence of why Vitality should win, but I think it's going to be NRG this time. So obviously, I think Vitality, they look better at this event. They've played them in this situation before. Did you not watch Zen yesterday? I don't understand.
Oh, did you see
Beast so good. The coin came up with
Coin has been
Vitality.
wrong all day, man. Gosh.
Coin is
It's
looking
not
good.
man.
Coin
It's
is
not
looking
good.
good, even when the
Coin's
logos are
been hot.
upside down there. Vitality going to be the narrow favorite on the desk. We're kind of honestly split up here, split in chat as well. And this is really the truth of how close this matchup is. It could go either way. NRG looking for revenge, looking to take it back after dropping to this team in this exact spot in the last major we had. Can they right it here, or do Vitality continue to level up on the road to the World Championship? Folks, let's get into it. 2 Titans clashing. Vitality versus NRG.
Storied matchups, time and time again. Atomic versus Monkey Moon. Daniel versus Zen. T-Bates versus the Coin. And NRG versus Vitality. Only one team is gonna move on from this match into the playoffs, Herc. Here we go.
This is actually such a crazy matchup to be getting so early into the weekend here. This is something most people would be like, all right, this is finals potential at the most. And I know these players are going to be showing up as if we were seeing a finals between them. Vitality coming into this one, a rare time you get to hear them called an underdog, but that's not going to stop them. They're coming in with a plan. Zen first on the board.
Already off to a hot start, but we know there's going to be a lot going into this series. Atomic playing this one high and Zen right under him. Good start here for Vitality in the first 15 seconds, and NRG giving up one early.
Yeah, just a very early one, but nothing to fret over too bad. The thing to scare NRG was the pass off. Vitality is going to be coming into this one very well connected. It's another pass here. Monkey Moon off the back, sends it to Zen. Zen over to Exotic. This is the passing play I'm going to be expecting a lot, but NRG are very good to counteract that, cut a lot of these passes off and not give them the space.
Saw something there that we may see time and time again over the course of this series. Monkey Moon getting physical as, again, his game plan set up Zen, give him a lot of space to work. NRG's job is really going to be shutting that down, and Atomic wasn't able to get initial contact, but he actually bumped Exotic, who was going up there, so it forces Vitality back for now. Not too much offense coming out of NRG. The first shot there from Atomic is easily saved out from Exotic, and Vitality trying again to move upfield.
And even on, fairly low boost for Vitality, the power on a lot of these touches they have are keeping them not boxed into their own half, but Beast Mode off the ceiling, powered shot down, barely kept out by Monkey Moon, but you could see all of Vitality running back on a lot of these NRG shots that are coming in. There is a level of distrust right now in the early stages of this game one.
Oh, good early pinch there, and you saw Zen get up so fast to stop it. Beast Mode last back here. He takes his time. Good evade there. He was low boost. Zen was looking for the bump. Got it past Zen. Got it past Monkey Moon. Exotic will keep this in play. But NRG still struggling to get out of their own half. Vitality's done a great job of just controlling possession.
Yeah, they're following this ball extremely well. Not even forcing NRG to do anything uncomfortable. They're letting NRG play their game right now and just matching the energy. Monkey Moon trying to take his time with an Atomic. Quick to challenge, a second one as well. This one played out into the corner here. NRG pass over to Beast Mode. Lose the ball over to Monkey Moon.
Good touch there from Atomic. NRG still looking to keep this ball in play. It's been really tough. Exotic, quick shot on. Beast Mode with solo boost, but able to make it there in time. And you see NRG bring the ball up, but when they do so, Vitality, no strangers of looking for the back pass. There's the constant threat of the bump, and it's making NRG tough to hold on to possession. Monkey Moon, though, to the top corner.
I mean, you talk about, Vitality and NRG being able to cut each other off, but the one thing that's been missing is NRG having a hand up fast enough on these Vitality pass and plays. We said at the beginning of the game one, this is something we're going to see very frequently from them, because having very fluid passing plays to each other really is the only way to get around NRG defense.
And you saw Atomic go for the fake challenge there on that last play, and there was no fear on the side of Vitality. They didn't bite, they executed their game plan. Now they're still up by 2. 2 minutes in regulation here. Vitality in complete control of game 1. NRG knocking. They're trying to get a little bit more physical, but they haven't been able to connect on the bumps. That's Aqua for Beast Mode, and Exotic's gonna collect it. Another goal from Vitality.
I mean, look at this first initial challenge from Zen, right? The fact that he was able to get over Daniel just barely kind of threw things off. The speed of it nosediving down, Vitality. This is the version of them that, you know, has taken down the likes of all the best teams in the world. And for so long, NRG was a tiny thorn in their side, but looks like they came into this with a game plan and they're executing it perfectly.
Oh, good play there. Atomic looking for the bump, trying to get Beast Mode a lane, but even that was stopped. And that was the most creative offense we've seen out of NRG so far in game 1. Very difficult for them to move upfield. Daniel just had to give the ball away there because, again, had to watch the threat of the demo. NRG feels like they're playing reactionary. Now they're trying to be a little bit proactive, but Vitality's defense holding on.
Yeah, right now NRG are trying to be a little sneaky with what they're doing. They're keeping Beast Mode very, very far up. Now he's forced in that back end, in the mid line. Tried to get the pass off over to Daniel, but Team Vitality have done such an incredible job individually of just cutting NRG off before a play can even start. We'll see how much time they get with this ball. Not much, but at least the 50 goes back in their favor.
You hear the screens behind us on the alternate screen. Virtus Pro going up against Wildcard. I think that was a sign of Virtus Pro there, looking to potentially knock Wildcard out of the tournament. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. It sounds like another goal scored. This one, though, still 3-0 in favor of Team Vitality. NRG struggling to get into this one. Final 30 seconds remaining on the clock to see if they can get something here going offensively, or they risk a shutout in game 1.
The good thing is, one, if they can score right here, things will look a little bit more promising. Unfortunately for them, Vitality is just too solid defensively, at least in this game number 1. 10 seconds left on the clock here, but a 3-goal lead. I think it is spoken for. NRG have finally met their match.
Monkey Moon will look to ground it. Vitality picking up where they left off yesterday, as they just have complete control of the game. No demos on the side of Vitality outside of Monkey Moon, who is the expected with 2 on his side, but just felt like the offense was all Vitality. The shots make it look a little bit closer than what it was, but the way Vitality operated, everybody getting on the scoreboard here as NRG shut out early.
Yeah, this is a tough one for the NRG fans out there. Of course, throughout all of yesterday, like Gibbs made mention to, NRG ended up second in defense. So clearly something is missing just a tiny bit in this particular series. I will say Vitality's passing plays to each other seem very quick. It's a little hard for them to cut them off right now, but that is at least an obvious thing for them to correct headed into game number 2.
Right. Does seem like Vitality has been making it very tough, especially in the midfield. And for NRG here coming into this series, again, I think a lot of times they're looking to play at their own pace. But Vitality feels like they're forcing the issue time and time again, being very quick to the ball, being very kind of almost a little bit difficult to predict, and NRG not necessarily getting a good read of the play. They're letting Vitality get away with some shots that maybe they shouldn't be.
No, they definitely are. There were times where Patience could have played off a little bit more for NRG defensively throughout that game number 1. But again, like I said, these are pretty obvious things that you can, correct headed into that game number 2. And I don't know, I feel like NRG is one of the ones to bounce back quicker than most.
Going into game 2 here, definitely some changes that kind of need to be made. I think the biggest thing for NRG, not giving the ball to Vitality as often as they were, because again, Monkey Moon, very much a nuisance. Even Zen off ball, the off ball game was just so important there to start things off, and it's going to be something that's going to be a continuous potential issue as the series goes on. So one of the things that NRG just have to figure out is, okay, how do we keep the ball close? How do we move it around and make sure we're not giving too much up to Vitality to where we give them that free space, because that's their game plan. Again, creating space, because they're all good enough individually on the ball, especially that man there, Zen. And if he gets that time, that opportunity, that's where NRG are going to be their most vulnerable.
Yeah, the fact that they can coexist in both play styles of Vitality can approach you individually or as a team just makes them that much more threatening. We saw a much more connected version of them with all of the passing plays. Like 2 out of those 3 shots were those infield passing plays from the side. So right now, NRG, they've just been a little bit late in predicting when to try and throw themselves up towards that ball. But of course, there's time to get back into it, and a little bit more time than most, right? So it's almost a moment of like resetting mentally. You know, just by sheer chance, you have that time to kind of relax a little bit more.
Exactly. So, but you also got to think some of these guys, they're just ready. They're just ready to go.
True.
Ready to get into the
Daniel gives like the throw me back in vibes with his head back on the chair and his legs shaking.
So I think it's one of those things too for NRG to be a little bit more, you know, of course, like composed already in this situation. But as we get set up for Forbidden Temple, Vitality have set the tone early. Their defense has been something NRG have not been able to penetrate just yet. Had a couple close opportunities late in the game, and I think the biggest part of this one is going to be early on. Can NRG also make sure to stop Vitality on their own side of the field, as they did look very uncomfortable sometimes defensively.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think when you know, are almost so uncontested in a region for so long, right, like NRG was, eventually when you start getting back into facing off against the other international teams, there's a little bit like you might need a warm-up game or moment headed into a series like this. They've only played each other 5 times, so, and it's not even these exact rosters were part of those 5. These are, you know, new versions of each other, especially when Exotic got brought in. I think that was like, there were some eyes on it, on, all right, how is this going to work out with all the different versions we've seen from Vitality. Of course, everyone's been successful, and they are still successful in this particular series. They need one more game for that match point as they try to take down NRG.
We've got game 2 on the screen here. Forbidden Temple with Vitality up 1-0 in the series. How will NRG be able to respond, especially after the extended break, is what we're looking to see. Beast Mode plays this one up high. Here's Atomic. He's got a lane, got a flip reset, plays it off the back wall. Daniel shot, blocked by Exotic. Beast Mode will score the follow, and NRG finally with the lead.
They gave them a taste of their own medicine. Look at how many follows. Exotic got the first one. He still stayed in the air, almost had the control to get there. But once that third man makes, you know, the rare challenge of the follow-up, NRG had full trust in themselves.
And I like what I saw at NRG, especially from Beast Mode, quickly recognizing where Atomic was. He gave him a great pass that ended up setting up that initial play. NRG in a good spot right now, as they get their first goal of the series and their first lead of the series. And Vitality, we get to see what they look like playing from behind here.
Zen lost this one over to Atomic. We're going to lose possession out in the corner as well. Beast Mode, low on boost, low boost all the way around for NRG right now. They're trying to make that transition out, but Zen is keeping them in their own half. You see all the rest of Vitality, the bumps and demos going on in the back, and they're approaching this game number 2 with a lot more aggression, especially after conceding that opening goal.
Now, if there's a team that can hold on defensively, it is going to be NRG. We've seen them do it time and time again. They're a team that can keep this 1-goal lead all the way until the clock runs down. Now, do they want to? Absolutely not. Daniel picks up a second.
This is what NRG have been doing, by the way. They're kind of going on these little sneak attacks. Daniel went down and played it to himself. I wasn't sure if maybe Exotic thought somebody was going to do a cleanup on him there, but NRG up 2-0 in this game number 2.
Well, the question is, what was Vitality doing there defensively? You saw Exotic kind of get a rush touch, and he couldn't make contact. Monkey Moon was mid-flip by the time Daniel went to take the shot. Daniel didn't even need to boost for it. So maybe some cause for concern. Beast mode sets up Atomic. Atomic, another one! NRG give Vitality 3 right back.
That's just a gorgeous little touch, too. You saw Beast Mode get the reset attempt over Zen, but Zen thought, my touch is at least going to get this down and out of NRG's possession. Atomic playing this far up and close. We've seen him in Beast Mode push up a lot throughout this game number 2, but for him to do the solo challenge on him, this is a great sign for NRG. Now Vitality looking to respond. Zen reset forward down. The follow from Monkey Moon is slow, and so are the shots. The shots are slow and wide from Vitality right now.
Saw Monkey Moon trying to force the issue there. Zen on the ball. Back to Monkey Moon. He's looking for the back wall. Atomic, 0 boost. Drops for Monkey Moon, and Exotic able to score.
You can see the pressure build up too on this play. There had been at least 3 attempts at this point. Monkey Moon just off the backboard, but NRG had exhausted all of their boosts to keep all of those shots out. Eventually, that big number 2 defensive team that we've seen all weekend crumbles.
Another quick one here. NRG have woken up, and Vitality say, welcome to the series. Almost halfway through game 2. Exotic let demo on Daniel here. Monkey Moon, is he fast enough? Not enough to win that. Good touch from Beast Mode to cut that out of the play. Atomic Fate challenge for Daniel. Exotic, low boost, tries to play it towards Zen. Zen, flick past 1. Oh, Beast Mode, I don't know if that's the touch he was looking for. This goes off the corner. Atomic is up really early. Exotic doesn't make contact. Zen, low boost, keeps this one in play. Vitality do not want to let go of the ball, but NRG staying composed.
Great touch from Beast Mode 2 right on target, and that's going to force Vitality a little bit further back in their own half this time. They inch towards that midline there. Mid boost taken from Daniel. NRG all set and ready to go. Exotic past 1, not past 2. Zen pops it up. Beast Mode, nice cut off NRG, much quicker to slow Vitality down and maintain this 2-goal lead.
Oh, great double from Zen. Exotic up 2. Wanted to get the challenge on Atomic, not able. Vitality knocking, but NRG has been set. Can Zen get another double on target? No, actually gets a follow-up off the wall, but NRG still able to pass it out. Here comes the transition. Daniel with the demo. Atomic trying to follow it. It's open for Beast Mode. 4-1 NRG.
NRG just continue to force their way into Vitality, this time opening a path, and Exotic had nothing left in the tank. There was no way he was going to outrace the rest of NRG, and they give themselves a lot more comfort now, extending that lead with the last 90 seconds to go.
And what a response at NRG. Monkey Moon, though, got something to say about it. A quick one for Vitality.
Very quick response indeed, which is exactly what you want if you are Vitality. Pop up from Zen, the patience to get over
What a
Beast
bump.
Mode. But yeah, the bump really just the finisher. Again, this is more like Vitality, what we saw in number 1, where they were aggressive and together. They're not attempting this individually anymore.
Oh, good challenge from Monkey Moon. That's a little awkward. And Beast Mode was needed there. Zen wants to keep this one in play, gets knocked out by Atomic. It's been a battle late here in game 2.
Just 1 minute left for Vitality to find 2 goals. Zen off the ceiling, down to himself, cut off by Atomic. You saw the demo in the back end, which would have actually been a goal. Instead, it's Beast Mode catching him off guard, but a wide shot goes wayside. Gotta fret too hard when you are up by 2. Although all the demos in that mid line is helping Vitality inch closer and closer towards that net.
Monkey Moon beat on the play. Beast Mode waiting on Zen. Zen doesn't get contact there. Atomic trying to follow it. Monkey Moon with the cut. No, he misses. And Zen wanted to get involved. NRG trying to run out the clock now. Beast Mode. Gonna wait here on the wall. Look at it, he's killing so much time. And now Vitality still can't do anything there with the ball. As the clock ticks here, a response was needed and delivered. NRG Esports gonna tie up the series. And Vitality, that early game shutout victory, they couldn't keep it consistent. it's anyone's series now.
It really and truly is. I think you put it best when NRG started to get back into this. The way Vitality responded was almost like welcoming them into the game and the series itself. Unfortunately for Vitality, they didn't expect NRG to treat this like a marathon and just get stronger and stronger with time. Tied series. A lot of pressure on either end for a number of reasons, but I do feel like Pride is a bigger one, right? Vitality have fallen to NRG so many times, you know, throughout the years, just historically. Eventually, this new roster wants to be the one to take them down.
12 shots to 5 here as NRG completely flipped the script offensively here in game 2. They only had 2 saves as well. So you kind of look at things, people always talk about that defensiveness from NRG, but it was full offense all the way for them in this game where they needed to make adjustments. Vitality tried to adapt to it, but it just felt like they kind of got started too little too late. Now we go to game 3, big swing game here to determine the direction of this series.
Yeah, I definitely, no matter what, I feel like this could go game 5 unless we see an extremely dominant game 3 from either of these teams. But NRG looking to carry momentum here into this next one. Beast mode up in the ceiling, try to make the pass over to Atomic, but a quick cutoff almost denied NRG possession, but they continue to keep the pressure on to Vitality.
Atomic leaving it for beast mode. Daniel didn't get the corner, so I don't know if he'll be able to cut here. He does have 50, gets back into the play very quickly, trying to throw off Zen. Daniel past Monkey Moon. Daniel again. Almost a 50 there between him and Exotic. Let Exotic hit it over towards Atomic. Beast mode up very early. Good cut to stop Zen, who's looking for the flip reset. NRG now keeping Vitality in their own half.
Gonna see how long that's gonna last for them though as Monkey Moon tries to get him out. Beast mode. He's been sitting on that mid line the last 2 games now, but it's not gonna stop Zen from taking a shot on his own. We're starting to get Zen a little bit more woken up in this game number 3, but it is short-lived. A shot floater towards net almost found its way in.
Daniel almost had the angle. Can Beast Mode get the pitch? Does, but it's straight to Zen. Monkey Moon able to deny. And already so much pressure. Daniel not able to get that when he was looking for the top right corner. Exotic got there. No boost on the side of Vitality. It's been a free ball for NRG, but they still can't score here. Vitality has collectively built a wall. Beast Mode trying to get there, but Zen with the denial again. Atomic, that's off target, and they'll be sent to the wayside. NRG continuing to play high, to play around Vitality, but they are not able to score.
This is peak EU defense too. The fact that they were able to hold on so long on nearly nothing. I think it was less than 30 as a collective there. And NRG, as time was going on, the shots were getting wider and more off target. So I feel like that could be a little bit of a tone set for what this game could look like. NRG are just taking their shots, but Vitality understand that defense is what is going to help them beat this NRG squad.
Oh, Zen! What a goal from Zen! Taking this one here, right pass from Monkey Moon, sets it up, first touch, gets the flip reset after the ball touches the ceiling. My goodness, Zen.
Now you head back into kickoff, fully aware that Zen is gonna come out to solo play against you to win the series, but Daniel can do the same. Off the ceiling and down, no follow, it's going to the nose of Zen. And Monkey Moon behind him, waiting for the drop-off should it come. But Zen's trying to take it all on his lonesome. Half that game 1 left to go here. NRG trying to get back into this.
And it goes to show you this has got to be very frustrating on the side of NRG. They had so much pressure offensively. Vitality get a little bit of room in the midfield, make a pass play work, and it gets all the way through the defense. Now NRG having to remain composed here, but they got to get going. Here's Daniel. Again, great touch, trying to follow the ball off the ceiling. This one off the corner, and Beast Mode has to go back. NRG looking to keep control of possession, not give this one up easily to Vitality, who are working upfield. The physicality that Vitality had earlier in the series has not been as successful for them, so they've been having to change things up as well.
Definitely are playing a little bit more, spaced out trying to prepare themselves for where NRG come at them off the sidewall. Another denial from Exotic. You can just see the patience from Vitality. Right now, NRG, they're trying to find themselves, but Vitality has managed to cut them off every single time.
Beast Mode was downfield on the play. He's got to get back there. Daniel, great couple 50s, but Beast Mode's so far here, so Monkey Moon's going to pop it over him. Atomic sending it downfield to Daniel, who redirects that one on target, but still not enough. NRG, I mean, I think I saw Beast Mode with 5 shots himself, and they are still held scoreless here as Vitality are looking to build upon their lead to secure game 3.
This is so intense for a number of reasons, but 1 minute left on the clock. Vitality really want to take that swing game because it pushes momentum back into their favor. The momentum that they lost after an extremely dominant game number 1. Zen's going to try and do this on his own. Down 50 under Atomic. Puts Vitality in a 2-0 lead.
Zen here with the physicality. Look at the muscle, low 50 in the net. Back-to-back goals here from Zen. Vitality now in a prime position to put this series on match point. Both of their wins looking to be shutouts against NRG. Zen, can he find another assist to Exotic? Oh my, Vitality are on a roll.
Vitality are looking a lot more like themselves, so much more comfortable in comparison just to even the early moments of this game here. Just a gorgeous, clean passing play between Exotic and Zen, and then you head back into the kickoff, and NRG can feel this game number 3 slipping from their fingers. They needed something off the kickoff. Unfortunately for them, goes straight back into the nose of the one person who is taking everything from them. Pass over to Daniel, shot wide.
30 seconds remaining here in regulation. Monkey Moon gonna play this forward. What a turnaround here on the side of Vitality. Seems like no matter which team wins in this series, it's always one-sided. Can NRG stop the shutout? It's not looking likely. We've seen Vitality this game get so many stops on no boost. They're not letting anything in here. Another 3-0 shutout. One in game 1 and another in game 3 as Vitality put the series on match point.
They looked pretty much almost exactly like they did in that game number 1. There was that moment, though, where NRG had all the pressure in the world on Vitality, but the fact was Vitality's defense in that game 3 is outdoing NRG.
And you see there, again, the shot total, 7 shots to, I want to say 11 there for NRG. And I want to say half those shots happened within the first 2 minutes. Because, man, how did they not come up with one there? And then when Vitality finally gets some room, that man there, Zen, such an impact level player. He can do it in the air, he can do it on the ground. And he gave Vitality everything they needed. 5 saves from him, shot 2 for 4. Just an incredible performance out of Zen when Vitality needed one more game away from securing themselves into the playoffs and minimum top 6 finish here in Raleigh.
This is a really big deal for them. First, to see themselves to the crowd. Right now, Vitality, they want to do this on a rampage. They want, you know, to show everybody how competitive they are showing up to Raleigh. It has been a pretty rocky open season for Vitality this year, but they could be back here on LAN.
Here we go, game number 4 on the screen. Beast Mode. Gonna end up leaving this play. NRG now backs against the wall. We've seen top teams take losses here, and NRG might be joining Carbon Corp in that conversation. Exotic with the first goal in game 4.
This was a player that I wanted to give him his flowers for the last game. He assisted Zen so much. Now the reverse end, Monkey Moon setting Exotic up, crossbar down and in. Nothing too fancy, just keeping it clean and on the board.
Exotic coming into his own. And Monkey Moon, does he have the double? He does, but it's just off. Zen, a little bit of space here. Has Exotic if he needs them in the midfield. Pass mid, and yet they connect again. Exotic with the second goal.
Can we talk about this fake here? Look at Zen. Fake the touch on it and just enough space to get the center over to Exotic. There was too much confusion on the end of NRG to keep up with the play that was coming in front of their eyes. 2-0 lead to Vitality, looking just as strong as they did in that last game.
And I can feel Bates reeling on that one. I already know what he's saying. You gotta play ball there. And it didn't happen. Now this one. Maybe a chance to get back into it, but Zen able to get the block out. Beast mode, not fast enough. Defense from Vitality still solid. They're looking to go upfield. 2 goals though already in the first minute. Not good for NRG. They look to try to get back into this one, but the way Vitality have been rolling, NRG just cannot find their footing at all. Look at the ball rolling right past them. A little bit of a mistouch there, so they get a little lucky that Exotic put that over Zen, but Vitality still able to clean it up.
It's really hard for NRG too, because not only does the transition on a lot of these attempts get cut off, but it's so far back that having a player follow up and trying to keep that ball going forward is now becoming so much more difficult. Rare misses from Vitality, but Beast Mode still couldn't connect on the ball. Another opportunity wayside to NRG.
Then to Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon not fast enough. Vitality have to go back. This is NRG's prime chance to score. Daniel got it! What a pass from Atomic to Daniel.
This is the connectivity that we were waiting to see. Atomic to Daniel, but my gosh, that redirect speed coming in. I know it's 81 miles an hour, but it looks so much faster. There's no way that that Monkey Moon was going to throw a hand up on that one. NRG back in this game 4.
Good transition play from NRG. They got the counterattack. Now they're looking for more. Beast Mode wants to double. Denied by Exotic. Exotic will come up again. Take Atomic shot and send it away. And here's Monkey Moon. Playing that one off the back wall. Possession starting to change. Good cut from Monkey Moon. Can he get it to Exotic? Exotic following it, but not able to put a shot on. NRG trying to hunker down on defense. They can't get too far forward on Vitality. They've been able to get some strong cuts in the midfield, and they send NRG back and put them in some tough spots.
Beast Mode was trying to take his time with that one, but lost possession. Did get the boost still, though, but is it going to be enough to outpace Vitality as they head into their own half? Zen from the ceiling, try to get another touch. Great cut from Beast Mode. At least NRG get to see the blue side.
Pass one. Zen chasing this one down. Atomic got to run. Zen was not giving him the time. Exotic play it high, but he didn't have the boost for the follow. So NRG will bring this back into the midfield. Over one, Daniel taking his time. Light touch to get past Zen. Atomic not fast enough though. Exotic will clear to the side, and Monkey Moon will try to move downfield. Possession changing back and forth here. Less than 2 minutes in regulation. NRG down by 1. Almost able to pick that one up, but Monkey Moon, great save on the goal line, and NRG with more work to do.
There's been so many moments where it looks like Vitality is almost rotating out a little bit too far, but it actually brings them in just in time. Unfortunately, NRG have been kind of slow to follow, but this time was almost enough. Unfortunately, the shot was wide.
Beast Mode off the ceiling. Can he find the angle? Beast Mode! Are you kidding me?
This is NRG. That is the #1 team that we saw in all of those finals. Beast Mode back, NRG to tie.
When his team needs him, he shows up. That's the Beast for you. Tied up game 4. NRG need to win this to force game 5. But can they keep this rolling? Vitality not out of this one yet. It just takes one mistake on the side of NRG, and Vitality go to the playoffs.
We're gonna see if they can keep this steam rolling. Monkey Moon trying to get Vitality out. Beast Mode wants to play the midline, bump on a Monkey Moon. Daniel to try and finish up. It pinched out to the side. Monkey Moon over one. They caught out NRG, and Vitality take back the lead.
Zen here, big demo on Atomic, who was barreling back, leaves the net wide open. Monkey Moon with a crucial beat on the play. And like I said, it just takes one slip of the rotation. Vitality will punish you for it.
Now you have less than 1 minute to get back into it off the kickoff. Beast Mode played his challenge, but possession still falls to Vitality. They're trying to get the pinch off the sidewall and just get themselves out, but NRG are forcing their way through. A shot wide, low on the ground, but Atomic slow to follow.
Now, almost less than 30 seconds here coming up. Zen to Monkey Moon. One more goal and it'll submit the game. Gimmo on the play. High ball, but he could have left it there for Exotic and gave him a free shot. Monkey Moon might have done too much there. Beast Mode trying to track it, not able to make contact. Now he wants to force Zen off the ball. Daniel up to get Zen off of it, but Monkey Moon is staying close to it. Here we go, final 10 seconds. Beast Mode, can he make the play? Has Atomic on the wing, plays it low. Good 50, is it rolling in? Monkey Moon can't save it, it's done!
Atomic manages to play the most patient mind game you are going to see. The double 50, and Monkey Moon did not expect neither of his teammates to make a touch on that ball. 4 seconds in a tie game.
Here's the kickoff to Exotic. He's gonna play it. Beast Mode up to meet him. Exotic under him. Can he get it? No, Atomic with the block. Monkey Moon is in to win.
Team Vitality take down NRG in the most dominant performance yet.
Wow.
If that is the Vitality that we are getting against NRG, I have full faith in them throughout the rest of this weekend. That was the best I think we've seen them. And also, granted, this is one of their biggest competitors.
Vitality are a threat to be reckoned with. What a win. What ice to close it out there. But no overtime. They do it in 4. Team Vitality move on and will be our first team to qualify for the playoffs here in the Raleigh Major.
I'm so excited to see them back into the crowd, but not only that, I mean, it has been a moment since we've seen Vitality really on a rampage. Slowly throughout the year,